Three governance pillars that Singapore leveraged to become an envy to her world. Why Singapore? Singapore is a non-USA country, non-Western, of course, is a highbrow, but known globally for discipline, efficiency, and low corruption. Singapore, governance success story without naturally with African, Asian, and the Caribbean. If Singapore could do it, why can't we? This isn't admiration, it's comparative governance analysis. So stick with me. Governance is not charisma. It is system, design, plus discipline, plus governance, plus consequence. Singapore proves that leadership competence outperforms populism. Singapore poorer than many African countries. Today, it governs better than most of the world. That is not by accident. That's intentionality. Have leadership, but few have governance. Most leaders feel or think that development fails because of money, but Singapore proves that it fails because of weak governance architecture. Natural resources versus human system, species versus enforcement, and promises versus policy discipline. Yet Singapore leveraged governance pillar called meritocracy over patronage. That's powerful. Are selected by competence. Civil servants are paid competitively. And the last but not the least, promotions are tied to performance, not loyalty. Tell me why such a country that devotes so much leverage to governance pillar that is called meritocracy over patronage. Tell me why they will not be amazingly doing so great. Does this ring a bell? Now let me burst your bubble. Singapore doesn't ask who you know, it's asking what you can deliver. The second governance pillar that Singapore leveraged to build its empire is called anti-corruption system. Two governance pillar in Singapore, which is ruthless. So this takes care of corruption. This number two governance pillar takes care of strong independence institution. Corruption punished regardless of status. Transparency as a policy, not a slogan. Here we sing all kinds of songs and calls. This is what they believe as a policy. Transparency. How many Africans, how many people in your country have transparency as a policy? In Singapore, corruption isn't debated. It is designed out. It is flushed out. It is eradicated out. It is killed and executed. Pillar number three, long-term thinking, decades, not election. No, not election. They think decades. They don't think about the next election. They think about the next generation. Pillar talks about 20 to 50-year national planning, housing, education, governance, continuity. They think beyond their tenure. This is not politics. This is decades of societal development. That's what leaders do. Leaders think beyond their tenure. That's what I want you to learn and pick out from this presentation. Singapore, a country that was so poor, poorer than many African countries. Today, they are an envy to global leadership. That's this whole thing. Great governance thinks in decades, but poor leadership thinks in next election cycle. This is a shame. We must wake up. I am not praising Singapore. I'm making an analysis that can better global perspective. Let me ask you a question. If Singapore could do this without oil, aid, or size, then what excuse remain for your country? Culture follows systems. Systems follow leadership courage. Courage is rare. This is what we can do for you. We build nations. We think out of the box. We create boxes. I believe that this is affecting you and impacting you positively. Drop your thoughts in the comment section and tell us where you're watching from. What can we do for you as a president of your nation? One thing I can deduce out is that Singapore is not perfect, but it proves one thing, that nations don't fail because of people. They fail because leadership lacks conscience and it refuses to govern seriously. The third world, especially my African people. I'll ask you a question right now. Do you want governance? Do you want leadership? If you want leadership, stop celebrating personalities. Start demanding systems. Subscribe to this channel. Remember, history does not forgive delay. Subscribe to this channel now. Turn on the bell notification. Drop your thoughts in the comment section and share this to your president. Share this to your boss. And share this to your political team and whatever organization that you may be in. You may be in sales, banking, economy, it doesn't matter. You may be in politics, you may be in governance. Share this and let's work leadership out. Bye for now.